And now, Roman, we are caught up to your story. Whoever loses has to acknowledge the other one. This is what Roman tried to get us on 3 weeks ago.
He's like, I've been told y'all that story. I've been told y'all the story.
It's like, nah, Roman, that's Clash story. That's not Backlash story. We're not there yet. Well, I guess we're here to talk about Clash.
I know. I mean, that's what we were supposed to talk about from the beginning of the show.
Hey, it's just whatever.
All right, whatever. All right, so we are actually going to break down most of these matches. So we're not going to do like what you normally say, just say yes, no, maybe so. No, we're actually going to take some time and we're going to deep dive these because like you mentioned earlier, I'm excited. I'm excited about this show. I'm really excited about it.
Show looks great. I thought Backlash looked great too. I thought Backlash was a fun show, a good card. Of course, I just said what I thought about Double or Nothing. I think this show has the makings of being tremendous. Still only 5 matches. I'm sure you got it in front of you.
4 for titles.
But yeah, this is a big one. This is a big one. And then you look at what's on top. Tribal Combat, Roman and Jacob. And now, Roman, we are caught up to your story. Whoever loses has to acknowledge the other one. This is what Roman tried to get us on 3 weeks ago.
He's like, I've been told y'all that story. I've been told y'all the story.
It's like, nah, Roman, that's Clash story. That's not Backlash story. We're not there yet. What'd you think about their contract signing segment from Raw?
I'm still upset that my man's still not traveling with his title. Like, I just have to get that out there, but I already held accountable last episode. I love it because the blood oath that Roman had mentioned in going into that segment, that he knows, like, leave the ring. So he's not going to touch me. It's a blood oath. And I even said to you, like, well, if he still used the tongue and death grip when he's not supposed to use it, only if it's like 3 a.m. in a bar, and he still did it on him and his family every time they saw each other, is he going to honor this blood oath? In the end, we didn't end up realizing they did. And what an amazing embrace at the end of that. I could have been in tears if I really thought this was real. I'm like, this is what people gravitate to storyline. So people who don't care for the bloodline storyline, I don't know what y'all are not seeing or not understanding, but it's something real about this. Once we've been called to do duel, you're not going to touch me or hurt me in any way. So I love that interaction. I love the two of them being in the middle of the ring. I love them putting their head together, Roman with his eyes closed. Jacob eyes still kind of open, closed at the end, very, very end.
No, it wasn't closed at all.
It was
he was staring a laser.
But he did close it for a hot second at the end.
Nah, he was staring a laser through him, which of course I love that because I think when Jay and Roman did it, I want to say both of them may have had their eyes closed, I think. But of course the intensity wasn't that. So the part that I really enjoyed, I got something I really enjoyed, something that I kind of looked and kind of scratched my head a little bit. One was I thought Roman did an excellent job of just making sure he laid out why they're doing this match. Right? I can't say no.
You mean before they even got in the ring.
He kind of really just laid everything out about there was no just saying no. If we just fire him now, like he's done, we're done with him. He had to explain. We talked about it last week. A lot of kind of like Black Panther-ish type thing. Like somebody comes for me, I got to defend it. And he knows that. He knows I can't say no. That's why he did it. So I thought that was excellent. The part that I was kind of like scratching my head a little bit, and not from a perspective of from a story, but when Jacob was just like, hey man, either way, I'm good.
I still got a job.
I still got a job. But the issue with that argument is that's incorrect, because the night after WrestleMania, when you came out to challenge Roman basically said to you, come with us. The Usos been telling you for weeks now, man, ride with us. You'll get there, but like, you just got to fall in line. But now we get to this point and now you're okay with falling in line. Worst case scenario, if you lose, because I still got a job. That's a little bit of a disconnect. And I was like,
2 parts to that. Maybe because he finally got exactly what he wanted, that it is for the tribal chief and it's for the championship. And because the last time he did have a fight with him, Backlash, Roman kind of won on some sketchiness. So that probably helped him in his confidence and saying, oh, I know I could be Roman. So in his mind, I think probably
live there. Then don't say if I don't beat you, then I'm still good. Live in, you had to cheat. You want to talk about honorable? You had to cheat to beat me last time. To hell with you talking about anything. I'm going to beat you this time, and give me that energy. I don't need you to tell me that if I do beat.
Well,
And my thought is, you think you're going to be good until it starts happening. That's where I think maybe that story is kind of going, because Roman kind of set it up to, hey, look, man, when I do beat you, you eating this shit. Like, you are going to go through it.
You'll be my servant for the most part.
Yeah, you are going to go through it.
Yep.
As he should, because you tested me when I told you not to test me.
Yep.
Right. So now you got to eat some crow. But I enjoyed the final promo segment. I think this match is going to be excellent. I really do. I am just, as I said last time, I'm excited to see where we end up at by the end of this match. I guess we might as well talk about Brock and
Here
Oba.
we go.
Number 2.
Oba Brock 2. So again, this is the only match on the card that is not for a title. But it is for, I guess, the title in our hearts. This is their second head on. We thought we get the amazing, which I thought was pretty cool, Brock video package of him talking through like how he got his ass whooped and how he was done wrestling. And then he said, oh, no, I was actually kind of surprised seeing a video package from Brock like that. I don't know why, but again, they kind of got to tell us the story of why is he here. So I have to give them props for doing that, because now I understand why Oba and Brock 2 is happening. But it has to be Oba and Brock 3 at SummerSlam. I didn't think that it was not going to ever be Oba and Brock once Oba had wrestled him at WrestleMania. I just knew they was going to be brought back again at SummerSlam. I didn't think they was going to have a part 2 in between the time. So it would have to be like Brock beat his ass now, and then again, the rubber band match.
Man,
it will
that's
be
normal
at SummerSlam.
wrestling, right? That is your normal wrestling storyline. I just don't know if this is the normal wrestling storyline spot. I would have been on that, even when they put up their Brock Oba 2. And they're calling it the biggest rematch in wrestling. I mean, they're really putting fire on it.
Yeah.
And the first time when I first saw Brock versus Oba 2, I said, oh, then we were going to get number 3 because they put on their number 2. They typically don't do that, right?
Right.
But then Monday happened. And Monday happening was that sit-down promo with Brock Lesnar, which that's where he lives. That is his best place for promo segments, is the sit-down promo. And he laid everything out of why he came back. And I thought it was awesome work. Then we get Heyman and Oba. And a lot of the words Oba was saying contradicts a third match. This is still pro wrestling. There are still things you shouldn't cross when it comes to pro wrestling storylines. One of those things is the babyface says something, they follow through with it. That is something that should never go away. Oba Femi said, this is the final chapter. Then he also said at the end, basically, I'm going to kill Brock Lesnar.
Forbidden word. I don't like that word.
Right? I wouldn't have gone with the kill. I would have said, I forgot what the line was, but
terminate, end,
when you see that and you hear that, that tells me something different. So now, if we take a peek behind the curtain and look at from a business perspective in real life, in my brain for that, this is, they absolutely pivoted from Gunther Brock at SummerSlam. Brock may have had only one more match left on his deal, and it's let's go ahead and knock it out. Let's blow it off. We know that's going to draw more eyeballs. Brock Oba, that's the comeback because you were never retired. You were never gone forever. Let's run the match back again, and then we can clear it off. That is what when I saw he's coming back, that was where my mind initially went to, was, if he only had one match left on his deal, then this makes sense, and then you have Oba go over again. But if I had the pin, and it's not popular, I think I go Brock over on Oba, and then the blow off is SummerSlam. Now, that's if you want Brock, and if you think he deserves that spot. I mean, I just think, I don't know how you don't have Brock work his hometown at SummerSlam. Like, that's... And
it's a 2-night, and we're talking about business now, and you have 2 nights to sell.
Yeah, because I just don't know if you had... Main reason is this. If you don't have Brock beat Oba, take out the real life business perspective. We need to blow Brock off, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know why we're doing this then. If Oba just beats him, then you could have just kept what you had at WrestleMania.
You could have had the victory
as being
at
what
WrestleMania.
It was,
yep.
And then figure something else out for Brock if you needed to or wanted to for SummerSlam. That's why. But I am very intrigued because at the same time, the right money is probably to have Oba go over on Brock. That's the right money. If we're making Oba be this guy who we know he can be, and boy, is brother fantastic on the microphone.
Yeah.
Man, he did it again.
Yeah.
Right? Like he did it again.
Real comfortable.
That and selling the match.
Yeah.
With Heyman again in the ring. Right? So it's a Heyman.
Not being scared of that. Yep.
And then the little details, I know everybody noticed it, but he comes into the ring and Heyman is already there. He does his pose and he looks over his shoulder because that's where Brock got him last week. Like just the little details, man. It just makes stuff so much better. I'm so excited for this match. I'm more excited for this one than I was WrestleMania because this one I feel like is kind of in doubt. WrestleMania was not in doubt at all. I knew exactly what it was going to be. I even called about the amount of time. Brandon was on and he was talking about 12. I was like, dude, you're getting like 5. You're getting 5. You're probably getting 8 with entrances, and that is it. And they went right about I think 456 or whatever it was.
Guess what?
What's that?
You know how Roman was on Clash Time for Backlash?
Mm-hmm.
I was on Clash Time for WrestleMania. Brock is absolutely going to win at Clash. There's no doubt.
Story, you were just a month.
Yeah, I was 2 months early. Yeah, I was on Roman's time. That's all it was. I was on another different timeline. I was already past all this nonsense.
That was a month. April 16th or 17th, whatever it was.
Yeah.
We're right about a month. Yeah.
So 6 weeks. Yeah, I was just a little 6 weeks ahead of time. Brock is going to win. Because the point that you just mentioned, if he doesn't, why? Why are we doing this? Why are we having? You don't need to sell this for Clash.
Right. We'll see. But yeah, I'm actually probably more excited. I'm actually probably more excited to see this than I am anything else on the show.
Maybe match itself, yes. I would give you that. As far as overall, no, I want to see what happens at the end of course, Roman and Jacob after Tribal Combat. But yeah, probably match itself, sure, because what we noticed with Brock in their first feud with each other, you saw how he evolved each time. And now evidently we've seen it with Oba, how he looked over his shoulders. At each interaction between the two of them, they learn something from each other and they get smarter. And they become more prepared. So now that Oba got that ass whooping, Brock got that ass whooping, how is he going to come back? He's going to have to come back with the upper hand because he got all of this footage on what happened now. He remembers being in the moment. I have to be better than next time. Just like when before he was in his regular clothes and then now he finally came in his actual wrestling outfit during the first build-up at WrestleMania. So I think Brock is going to win. Hands down, this is how I felt for WrestleMania. Brock is absolutely going to win, and I believe it's going to have to be a part 3 because otherwise you wouldn't put a number there. Yes, Oba is wording it as if it's a shoot, talking about the final chapter, but maybe that's the whole point of it, to make it sound like that. Because remember, Brock is retired. Adam Pearce even said it. He even confirmed, I signed off on his retirement paperwork. So he is retired. So in Oba's mind, this is it. Now, maybe he can come back, or when Oba loses, maybe he can say, no, let's do one more time. We have to do it, blah, blah, blah. Can you sign one more contract to fight at SummerSlam? But until then, this is it. This is the final chapter in Oba eyes.
It will be interesting to see if we get, so say if Oba does win, if we get some type of passing of the torch moment again. Maybe this time it's even more strong, right? Maybe it's a handshake in the middle of the ring, or something like that. I'm just interested also in that. All of this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in how this match has worked. I'm interested in who is on top most in the match. I'm interested in the ending. Like, it's going to be interesting because this wasn't a part of the original plan. So it's not like you can even say, well, this is where the story was always heading. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't.
You talking about not originally planned. We all thought it was going to be Gunther and Brock at SummerSlam. Now we have Gunther and Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship.
First hour on ESPN.
This is the one that's the first hour? Oh,
this is one of the matches.
I say, and I don't know if this is because of my biases or not, I say put the championship on Gunther. Let's see how how this plays out. Cody is almost like a made man. Even like with Roman, they don't need championships. Their name alone is championship enough. Let Gunther win this championship and let's see what we can do and what kind of storylines we can get after this.
Yeah, of course, I think Gunther should beat Cody. And that's nothing about against Cody or such. You moved Gunther to SmackDown for this.
Right. Yeah, okay, yep.
If he beats Gunther, yeah, we can rematch it back, right? We can do a 2-3 match feud. I think Orton still is not done with Cody or his pursuit of the championship, however you want to look at that. So you got to think about that too. I just feel like, why do this match? And once again, it don't even have to happen at this pay-per-view. But why do this feud if you're not putting the belt on Gunther? Like, you had something huge with Gunther, with the career killer gimmick. So then to move him from SmackDown just to lose to Cody, that's kind of crazy.
I agree. Are you excited for the match itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. More so because Gunther's incapable of having a bad match.
Yeah.
And we know, I mean, Cody's Cody. Right, like, and we say that a lot on this show, which is interesting. It's almost like we're taking Cody for granted, but we're not. Right?
Yeah, I think Cody it's respect, actually.
Yeah, Cody is just kind of where he's at, which is at the top of the card. But I've also remember Cody's first title reign, which wasn't the best, and it's because they don't have formidable opponents for Cody. Cody's in that spot of what Cena used to be, where it was just like, oh, Super Cena, so the whole Super Cena thing. And there's times where you kind of run that with Cody too. And it's like, all right, well, if that's what we're going to do, you better have opponents lined up for them. And a lot of times they kind of don't. Right now you got this Gunther thing. This thing could easily take you through the fall if you needed to. If you wanted to, this could be the top program through SummerSlam. But once again, I don't know where that leaves Orton. But this is also, to your point, when we just started talking about this match, this wasn't an OG plan either. So when Orton punt kicked Cody and held that title up after WrestleMania Night 1 went off the air, this wasn't in the cards. So I can't even look at a Randy Orton situation and say, oh, but don't forget about Randy, because this wasn't part of the plan. But no, I am excited for this match. But if it was on me, I would give the belt to Gunther and then see what that looks like. Because why not? How can you not? I just feel like the next time Gunther loses, you lose a lot.
That leads us now to the women's championship, the WWE Women's Championship. We have Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill.
Can't wait. Another one. I never went back to watch their match. We didn't go back to watch anything from night 2 except for the main event of Roman and Punk. But I was super high on it then. I know it holds up. I'm excited for it now. Like,
the way I looked at it, I didn't think Jade was going to lose at Mania. That was my whole thing. So to me,
I didn't either until Bianca came out and showed she was pregnant. I was like, okay, now all bets are off.
Anything? Oh, because you
remember
thought
I said she was going to save her. Remember, she was going to save Rhea because Rhea ain't got nobody. EO's laid out, or that whole thing. But I'm excited. I would think the smart money is to keep the belt on Rhea. She hasn't done anything yet.
No, she hasn't. But it leads me to a question that you could say, halt, stop, and we can talk about it another time. But when does Rhea get into that Charlotte Flair territory of it's a gimme when she's in a match for a championship?
Put that down for Monday's show. Yep, put that down for Monday's show.
All right. So, Women's International, not AEW, Intercontinental. I got some names on them. The Intercontinental Championship, we have...
Rose Knight over there.
Everybody say it. Becky Lynch.
Jade.
Yeah. Becky Lynch versus Soul Ruca.
Another one. Can't wait.
Real quick. I had a question for you. Hold on. I had to pull my note up. Okay. So either you absolutely loved it or you absolutely hated the outcome. How did you feel about on Saturday night's main event with Soul Ruca and Becky Lynch?
I loved it.
Okay. You surprised me. I thought that you was going to get upset about it.
This ain't it. Once again, it's Saturday night's main event.
Right.
And it's not on NBC Saturday night's main event. This is on YouTube internationally. That's how I watch it anyway. I don't know. Maybe it's Peacock. I think it's still Peacock. I don't know. I guess.
I don't know.
But Yeah, this ain't NBC Saturday Night's Main Event. And then how the match was, we knew this was just to get you from point A to point B. And the real match is going to be, of course, Sunday. So I didn't have a problem with it at all. I love that Jessica Carr is always involved in Becky's matches.
Yep.
I think that's a great thing to continue to keep going. I enjoyed the story they told and they tried to tell. And it's just that Soul is too fast for Becky. Right. And that's why Becky had to cheat. I saw some conversation online about did Soul botch her finisher on Jessica. I didn't look too much into it. I know she didn't hit the move, but that may have been the point, is for her just to run into Jessica. But mission accomplished to get us to where we need to get to.
Yeah, that's the vibe I felt. I feel like it was just like to cause a commotion, chaos there. I didn't think that it was supposed to be anything other than that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I absolutely.
It's another one. Excited for it.
Mm-hmm. And I love how she did, like you mentioned about Becky always has some issues with people, and how Becky got disqualified for it. Like usually it's never that case. It's the person who actually hit them.
Yeah.
So it should have been Soul who got disqualified.
Jessica knew what it was.
Yeah.
She's like, this month. So yeah, this show should be fantastic. From an
it's
in-ring
early, right?
perspective, yeah. Yep. Noon, I believe, Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
But from a in-ring perspective and from a finish perspective, I'm pretty high on it. As I said, we'll be back on Monday, and then we're gonna double hit y'all next week. So 2 for the price of 1 next week on the TFW podcast. We love y'all. We will talk to y'all soon.